Oh, Shalom. Welcome to Torah and Coffee. Almost didn't see you back there. Hey, today we're going to read Deuteronomy starting in chapter 3, verse 23 through chapter 7, verse 11. We're going to read the Haftarah, which is found in Isaiah chapter 40, 1 through 26, and then follow it up with the BeritHadasah, which is also known as the New Testament, Matthew 4, 1 through 11. So grab your cup of coffee, grab your Bible. Come and follow me along. Matthew chapter 3. Deuteronomy chapter 3. Verse 23. I plead with Yah at the time, saying, O Yah, you who let your servant see the first works of your greatness and your mighty hand, you whose powerful deeds no God in heaven or on earth can equal. Let me, I pray, cross over and see the good land and the other side of the Jordan, that good hill country and the Lebanon. But Yah was wrathful with me on your account and would not listen to me. Yah said to me, Enough, never speak to me of this matter again. Go up to the summit of Pisgah and gaze out about to the west, the north, the south, and the east. Look at it well, for you shall not go across yonder Jordan. Give Jehoshua his instructions and impue him with strength and courage, for he shall go across at the head of his people, and he shall allot to them the land that you may only see. Meanwhile, we stayed on the valley near Beth Peor. Chapter 4, verse 1. And now, O Israel, give heed to the laws and rules that I am instructing you to observe, so that you may live, to enter and occupy the land that Yah, the God of your fathers, is giving you. You shall not add anything to what I command you, or take anything away from it, but keep the commandments of Yah, your God, that I enjoin upon you. You saw with your own eyes what Yah did in the matters of Baal Peor, that Yah, your God, wiped out from among you every person who followed Baal Peor, while you who held fast to Yah, your God, are all alive today. See, I have imparted to you laws and rules as Yah, my God, has commanded me for you to abide by in the land that you are about to enter and occupy. Observe them faithfully, for that will be proof of your wisdom and discernment of other peoples, who on hearing of all these laws will say, Surely that great nation is a wise and discerning people. For what great nation is there that has a God so close at hand as is Yah, our God, whenever we call upon him? Or what great nation has laws and rules as perfect as all the teaching that I set before you this day? But take utmost care and watch yourselves scrupulously, so that you do not forget the things that you saw with your own eyes, and so that they do not fade from your mind as long as you live, and make them known to your children and to your children's children. 10. The day you stood before Yah your God at Horeb, when Yah said to me, Gather the people to me, that I may let them hear my words, in order that they may learn to revere me as long as they live on earth, and make, so teach their children. Yes, come forward. You came forward and stood at the foot of the mountain. The mountain was ablaze with flames to the fiery skies, dark with densest clouds. Yah spoke to you out of the fire. You heard the sound of words, but perceived no shape, nothing but the voice. He declared to you the covenant that he commanded you to observe the 10 Commandments, and he inscribed them on the tablets of stone. At the same time, Yah commanded me to impart to you laws and rules for you to observe in the land that you are about to cross into and occupy. For your own sake, therefore, be most careful, since you saw no shape when Yah, your God, spoke to you at Horeb out of the fire, not to act wildly and make for yourself a sculptured image in any likeness whatsoever, the form of a man or a woman, the form of a beast on earth, the form of any winged bird that flieth in the sky, the form of anything that creeps on the ground, the form of any fish that is in the waters below the earth. When you look up to the sky and behold the sun and the moon and the stars, the whole heavenly host, you must not be lured into the bowing down to them or serving them. These, Yah, your God, are allotted to other people everywhere under heaven. 20. But you, Yah, took and brought out of Egypt that iron placed furnace to be his very own people, as is now the case. Now Yah was angry with you. Now Yah was angry with me on your account, and swore that I should not cross the Jordan and enter the good land that Yah, your God, is assigning you as a heritage. For I must die in this land. I shall not cross the Jordan, but you will cross, take possession of the good land. Take care, then, not to forget the covenant that Yah, your God, concluded with you, and not to make for yourselves a sculptured image in any likeness against which Yah, your God, has enjoined you. For Yah, your God, is a consuming fire an impassing God. Thank you. When you have begotten children and children's children, and are long established in the land, should you act wickedly and make for yourselves a sculptured image in any likeness, causing Yah, your God, displeasure and vexation, I call heaven and earth this day to witness against you that you shall soon perish from the land that you are crossing the Jordan to possess. You shall not long endure in it, but shall be utterly wiped out. Yah will scatter you among the people, and only a scant few of you shall be left among the nations to which Yah will drive you. There you will serve man-made gods of wood and stone that cannot see or hear or eat or smell. But if you search there for Yah, your God, you will find him, if only you see him with all your heart and soul. When you are in distress, because all these things have befallen you, and In the end, return to Yah, your God, and obey him. For Yah, your God, is a compassionate Yah. He will not fail you, nor will he let you perish. He will not forget the covenant which he made, an oath with your fathers. You have put iniquity about bygone ages that came before you, ever since Yah created man on earth, from one end of heaven to the other. Has anything as grand as this ever happened, or has it like ever been known? Has any people heard the voice of God speaking out of the fire as you have and survived? Or has any God ventured to go and take for himself one nation from the midst of another, that prodigious acts by signs and portents, by war, by a mightier and an outstretched arm, and awesome power, as Yah, your God, did for you in Egypt before your very own eyes. Verse 35. It has been clearly demonstrated to you that Yah alone is God. There is none besides him. From the heavens he let you hear his voice to discipline you. On earth he let you see his great fire, and from amidst that fire you heard his words. And because he loved your fathers, he chose their heirs after them. He himself, in his great might, led you out of Egypt to drive from you past nations greater and more populous than you, to take you into the land and assign it to you as a heritage, as is still the case. Known, therefore, this day, and keep in mind that Yah alone is God in heaven above and on earth below. There is no other. Observe his laws and commandments which I enjoin you this day, that it may go well with you and your children after you, and that you may long remain in the land that Yah your God is assigning to you for all time. Then Moshe set aside 3 cities in the east side of the Jordan, to which a manslayer could escape, one who unwittingly slew his fellow man without having been hostile to him in the past. He would flee to one of those cities and live. "41. Basir, in the wilderness of Tableland, belonging to the Reubenites, Ramoth in Gilead, belonging to the Gadites, and Golan in Bashan, belonging to the Manassites. This is the teaching of Moshe set before the Israelites. These are the decrees, laws, and rules that Moshe addressed to the people of Israel after they had left Egypt. Beyond the Jordan, in the valley of Beth Peor, in the land of King Sihon of the Amorites, who dwelled in Heshbon, whom Moshe and the Israelites defeated after they had left Egypt. they had taken possession of their country, and the king of Og and Bashan, the two kings of the Amorites, who were on the east side of the Jordan, from Aroer to the banks of the Wadi Arnon, as far as Mount Sion, that was Shaman, also the whole Arab. Also the whole Arba on the east side of the Jordan, as far as the sea of the Arba, at the foot of the slopes of Pisgah. Chapter 5. Moses summoned all the Israelites and said to them, "Hear, O Israel, the laws and the rules that I proclaim to you this day. Study them and observe them faithfully. Yah, our God, made a covenant with us at Horeb. It was not with our fathers that Yah made this covenant, but with us, the living, every one of us who is here today. Face to face, Yah spoke to you on the mountain out of the fire. I stood between Yah and you at the time to convey Yah's words to you, for you were afraid at the fire and did not go up the mountain, saying, I, Yah, am your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods beside me. You shall not make for yourselves a sculptured image, any likeness of what is in the heavens above, or on the earth below, or in the waters below the earth. You shall not bow down to them or serve them, for I, Yah, your God, am an impassionate God, visiting the guilt of your parents upon the children, upon the third and fourth generation of those who reject me, but showing kindness to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not swear falsely by the name of Yah, your God, for Yah will not clear anyone who swears falsely by his name. Observe the Shabbat day and keep it holy, as Yah, your God, has commanded you. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Shabbat for Yah, your God. You shall not do any work, you, your son, or your daughter, your male and female slaves, your oxen, or your ass, or any of your cattle, or the stranger in your settlement, so that your male and female slaves may rest as you do. Remember that you were a slave in the land of Egypt, and Yah, your God, freed you from there with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm. Therefore, Yah, your God, has commanded you to observe the Shabbat day. Honor your father and your mother, as Yah, your God, has commanded you, that you may live long to endure, and that you may fare well in the land that Yah, your God, has given assigned to you. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife. You shall not crave your neighbor's house, or his field, or his male, or his female, or his ox, or his ass, or anything that is your neighbor's. Yah spoke these words, those and no more, to you, to your whole congregation at the mountain with a mighty voice out of the fire and the dense cloud. He inscribed them onto 2 tablets of stone, which he gave to me. 20. when you heard the voice out of the darkness, while the mountains were ablaze with fire, you came up to me, all your tribal heads and elders, and said, Yah, our God, is just shown us his majestic presence, and we have heard his voice out of the fire. We have seen this day that man may live through Yah has spoken to him. Let us not die then, for this fearsome fire will consume us. If we hear the voice of Yah, our God, any longer, we shall die. For what mortal ever heard the voice of the living Yah speak out of the fire as we did and lived? You go closer and hear all that Yah, our God, says, and then you tell us everything that Yah, our God, tells you, and we will willingly do it. Yah heard the plea that you made to me, and Yah said to me, I have heard the plea that this people made to you. They did well to speak this. May they always be of such mind to revere me and follow all my commandments, that it may go well with them and with their children forever. Go, say to them, return to your tents, but you remain here with me, and I will give you the whole instructions, the laws and the rules to you all impart to them, that you shall impart to them, for them to observe in the land that I'm giving them to possess. Be careful then to do as Yah, your God, has commanded you. Do not turn aside to the right or to the left. Follow only the path that Yah, your God, has enjoined upon you, so that you may thrive, that it may go well with you, and that you may long endure in the land you are to possess. Chapter 6. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Chapter 6, verse 1. And this is the instructions, the laws, and the rules that Yah your God commanded me to impart to you, to be observed in the land that you are about to cross into and occupy, so that you, your children, and your children's children may revere Yah your God and follow as long as you live all his laws and commandments that I am enjoining upon you, to the end that you may long endure. Obey, O Israel, willingly and faithfully, that it may go well with you, and that you may increase greatly in the land flowing with milk and honey, as Yah your God, your fathers spoke to you. Hear, O Israel, Yah is your God, Yah alone. You shall love Yah your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates, when Yah your God brings you into the land that he swore to your fathers, Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, to assign to you great and flourishing cities that you did not build, houses full of all good things that you did not fill, hewn cistern that you did not hew, vineyards and olive trees that you did not plant, and you eat your fill. Take heed that you do not forget Yah, who fed you from the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. Revere only Yah your God, and worship him alone, and swear only by his name. Do not follow other gods, any gods of the peoples about you. For Yah your God is in your midst is an impassionate God, or jealous God. Lest the anger of Yah your God blaze forth against you, and wipe you off the face of the earth. Do not try Yah your God, as you did at Massah. Verse 17. Excuse me. Be sure to keep the commandments, decrees, and laws of Yah your God has enjoined upon you. Do what is right and good in the sight of Yah, that it may go well with you, and that you may be able to possess the land that Yah your God promised an oath to your fathers, and to all your enemies may be driven out before you, as Yah has spoken. 20. When in time to come your children ask you, what means the decrees, laws, and rules of Yah our God has enjoined upon you? You shall say to your children, we were slaves to Pharaoh in Egypt, and Yah freed us from what? 21 again. You shall say to your children, we were slaves to Pharaoh in Egypt, and Yah freed us from Egypt with a mighty hand. Yah brought before our eyes marvelous and destructive signs, important in Egypt against Pharaoh and all his household, and us he freed from there. He made that he might take us and give us the land that he had promised on oath to our fathers. Then Yah commanded us to observe all these laws, to revere Yah our God for our lasting good, and for your survival, as is now the case. It will be therefore to our merit before Yah our God to observe faithfully the whole instructions as he has commanded us. Chapter 7. When Yah our God brings you to the land that you are about to enter and possess, and he dislodges many nations before you, the Hittites, Girgatites, Amorites, Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites, 7 nations much larger than you, and Yah your God delivers them to you, and you defeat them. You must doom them to destruction, grant them no terms, or give them no quarter. You shall not intermarry with them. Do not give your daughters to their sons, or take their daughters for your sons. For they will turn your children away from me to worship other gods, and Yah's anger will blaze forth against you, and he will promptly wipe you out. Instead, that is what you shall do to them. You shall tear down their altars, smash their pillars, cut down their sacred posts, and consign the images to the fire. For you are the people consecrated to Yah, your God. Of all the peoples on earth, Yah, your God, choose you to be his treasured people. It is not because you are the most numerous of people, but Yah set his heart on you and chose you. Indeed, you are the smallest of people. But it was because Yah favored you are and kept the oath he made to your fathers, that Yah freed you with a mighty hand and rescued you from the house of bondage, from the power of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Know, therefore, that only Yah, your God, is Yah, the steadfast Yah who keeps his covenant faithfully to the thousands generation of those who love him and keep his commandments, but who instantly requites with destruction those who reject him, never slow with those who reject him, but requiting them instantly. Therefore, observe fully the instructions, the laws and rules with which I charge you today. This concludes the reading of the Torah. Next, we will be reading the Haftorah, which is found in Isaiah chapter 40. We're going to read verse 1 through 26. Isaiah 40, 1 through 26. Comfort my people, says your God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem and declare to her that her term of service is over, that her iniquity is expiated, for she has received at the hand of Yah double for all her sins. The voice rings out clear, and the desert a road for Yah. Level in the wilderness a highway for our God. Let every valley be raised, every hill and mount be made low. Let the rugged ground become level, and the ridges become a plain. The presence of Yah shall appear, and all flesh as one shall behold. For Yah himself has spoken. A voice rings out, proclaim. Another asks, what shall I proclaim? All flesh is grass, all its goodness like flowers of the field. Grass withereth, flowers fade when the breath of Yah blows on them. Indeed, man is but grass. Grass withers, flowers fade, but the word of our God is always fulfilled. Ascend a lofty mountain, O herald of joy to Zion. Raise your voice with power, O herald of joy to Jerusalem. Raise it. Have no fear. Announce to the cities of Yehudah, behold your God. Behold, Yah comes in might, and his arm wins triumph for him. See, his reward is with him, his recompense before him. Like a shepherd, he pastures his flock. He gathers the lambs in his arms and carries them in his bosom. Gently he drives the mother sheep. Who measured the waters with the hollow of his hand, and awake, and gauged the skies with a zerid, and metered earth's dust with a measure, and weighed the mountains with a scale, and the hills with a balance. Who has plumbed the mind of Yah? What man should tell him his plan? Whom did he consult, and who taught him? guided him in the way of right? Who guided him in knowledge and showed him the path of wisdom? The nations are but a drop in the bucket, reckoned as dust on a balance. The very coastlands his gift. He lives like moats. Lebanon is not fuel enough, nor is peace enough for sacrifice. All nations are as naught in his sight. He accounts them as less than nothing. To whom, then, can you liken Yah? What form compared to him? The idol, the woodworker shaped it, and the smith overlaid it with gold, forging links of silver. As a gift he chose the mulberry, a wood that does not rot, then seeks a skilled woodworker to make to firm idol that will not topple. Do you not know? Have you not heard? Have you not been told from the very first? You have not discerned how the earth was founded? Is it he who is enthroned above the wall of the earth, so that its inhabitants seem like grasshoppers, who spread out the skies like gates, stretch them out like a tent to dwell in it? He brings potentates to naught, makes rulers of the earth as nothing. 24. Hardly are they planted, hardly are they sown, hardly has the stem taken root in earth, when he blows upon them, and they dry up, and the storm bears them off like straw. To whom, then, can you liken me? To whom can I be compared, says the Holy One? Lift high your eyes and see who creates these, who was sent out from the host by count, who calls them each by name because of his might, because of his great might and vast power. Not one fails to appear. Let's read to the end, which is only a few verses. Verse 27. What do they say, O Yaakov? Why declare, O Israel, my way is hidden from Yah, my cause is ignored by my God? Do you not know? Have you not heard? Yah is God from of old, creator of earth from the end, creator of the earth from end to end. He never grows faint or weary. His wisdom cannot be fathomed. He gives strength to the weary, fresh vigor to the spent. 30. Youths may grow faint and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But they that trust in Yah shall renew their strength as eagles grow near blooms. They shall run and not grow weary. They shall march and not grow faint. This concludes the reading of the Haftarah in Isaiah chapter 40. I know the Haftarah is only from Isaiah 40, starting on verse 1 to 26, but I felt led to read the whole chapter. So let's read what Matthew has to say. Matthew chapter 4. Verse 1 through 11. Then the Spirit led Yeshua into the wilderness and be tempted by the adversary. After Yeshua had fasted 40 days and nights, he was hungry. The tempter came and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, order these stones to become bread." But he answered, the Tanakh says, Tanakh means the Old Testament, "Man does not live by bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of Adonai." Then the adversary took him to the holy city and set him on high, on the highest point of the temple. "If you are the Son of God," he said, "jump, for the Tanakh says, he will order his angels to be responsible for you, so they will support you with their hands, so that you will not hurt your foot on the stones." 7. Yeshua replied to him, "But it also says, do not put Adonai your God to the test." Once more, the adversary took him up at the summit of the very high mountain, showed him all the kingdoms of the world and all their glory, and said to him, "All this I will give you, if you will bow down and worship me." "Away with you, Satan," Yeshua told him, "for the Tanakh says, worship God. Worship your God, Adonai. Worship Adonai your God and serve only him." Then the adversary led him alone, and angels came and took care of him. This concludes the reading of the BeritHadasah, and I hope that you receive the blessing from the reading and learn something as I did. May Yah shine his light upon your path. May he fill you and guide you in his truth and righteousness, and fill you with his Ruach and Shalom. In Yeshua's name, Amen. Till next week, for Torah and Coffee, I bid you Shalom.